Ron Van Dam. He's always there to listen to you. Oh, hold on. I added a word there. Let me do it again. Ron Van Dam. He's always there to listen to. Yeah, that definitely makes a lot more sense. And you are listening to The Ron Van Dam Show on New England Broadcasting.
The following program is brought to you in living color.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. It's the Ron Van Dam Show.
Okay, whatever.
Hold on tight, things can get a bit weird, if you like that sort of thing.
Welcome to the program. It is the Ron Van Dam Show. I am just one of the people in the title. Puts a tremendous burden upon me and none whatsoever upon you. That sounds fair, right? Well, it's not, so let's just leave it at that. Thanks for being here, man. God, took you so long. Were you busy doing something else? That's no excuse. It's no excuse at all. So cut it out. All right, fine. Welcome to the show as he fades out the music a little too quickly. Nonetheless, here we are. These are tough times, kids. I don't know how else to put it. These are tough times. And I'm not talking about like biting into a steak and it wasn't marinated enough and it's a little chewy. This is more than a little chewy. These are more than a little chewy times. These are tough times. And I don't care where you are politically. I'm just saying, these times suck. Oh my God. I'm being bombarded with horrible stuff all of a sudden. They used to spread out the bad news, you know, like maybe something happens and then a few weeks later, maybe so then a few months later something happens or someone makes a decision to do something, but okay, whatever. Now, oh no, it's boom. As soon as whoa, here's another one. Whoa, here's another one. Whoa, here's another one. Slow it down. Slow it down with my disappointments and my reasons for drinking. Slow it down a bit, will you please? This is crazy. You know, people in other countries hate us now. I don't blame them. The hell's going on here? I'd say slap me to wake me up, but I don't want people slapping me, so no, don't do that. Just don't do that. These are tough times. And during tough times, we need each other. You need me far, far less than I need you. We need each other the same amount, okay? So, you know what I thought of doing? I've talked about this before on the show. I've talked about everything before on this show. Been doing this for 30 years. Holy crap, what's wrong with me? There's no answer to that. It's rhetorical. I was thinking of opening up a life coach thing. Oh, a coach for life? Yes. Coach for first life. For life first. For first coaching life. You know how people fly coach when they're on an airline? I want them to fly first class with me. I will be your life coach first class life coach. Something like that. I haven't come up with the title yet. Quite obviously, I'm floundering. What a wonderful time to open up that business. You don't need to go to medical school. You're not going to be a psychiatrist. You're not going to prescribe medicine. You're not going to be a psychologist. You don't need a degree to hang on the wall. No, all you need is some type of experience where people say, hey, this guy's good, or this woman's good, or whatever. That's the life coach. I don't know, because I don't look things up. I don't Google. I don't Reddit. I don't do that crap. So I have no idea what I'm talking about. But I don't think you need to have any kind of certificate to be a life coach. I think you just need a gullible patient. Hey, I'm a life coach. Oh, that's nice. That's what I need. Someone who goes, no, you're not. I don't want that. I want, oh, that's nice. I like that. People need life coaches now. Not really as a coach for life, but just someone to kind of bring them back down to like a normal level of non-stress. I want to be a non-stress coach. How to de-stress yourself. Problem is, I don't know how. I have no concept whatsoever. Well, Ron, how do you make the world a better place? Apparently you can't. Well, Ron, how do you avoid listening to the news? I don't think you can. Well, Ron, how do you get away from not getting depressed and feeling horrible all the time? I don't know. But I'll make stuff up. I don't know. So I thought of doing that. And as I've said on previous shows, if I were some type of life coach or anti-depression coach or something like that, then I would be depressed because I'm hearing everybody else's problems. It's bad enough I got my own problems. We all have our own problems. And if you say, oh, well, I don't have any problems, you're lying to me. You are lying to me. We all have problems. I don't need yours on top of mine. Do you know why? Because I care about people. Unlike the president, I have empathy. I care. So to take on somebody else's burden is what I would do because I care about the person I just met. They're in a bad way, and it bothers me that they're in. I want everybody to be in a good way. I want everybody to be happy and joyous and loving. But it ain't going to happen. Anyway, I did a whole show around Christmas time. Remember Christmas? Did a whole show around Christmas time saying, boy, I wish there was peace and love. Peace on earth. That's the slogan for Christmas. Peace on earth. Peace and love. Not a bunch of words thrown together that mean nothing whatsoever in reality. Unfortunately. And then I made fun of the parents and the children and all that stuff about Santa Claus. You know, like, how can you believe in that? I mean, you have to be like a real schmuck to actually believe that stuff. Kids, by the way, I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding, kids. I'm only kidding. I'm just a stupid talk show host. Don't listen to me. But then I realized, wow, I want to be in that fantasy. Remember The Wizard of Oz? You may know it as something else. Wicked. You might know it as Wicked. It's basically The Wizard of Oz. And if you've never seen the movie, I mean, I don't even know what I'm doing here if you've never seen the movie. But if you haven't, there is this magical land called Oz. And there's a wizard that runs the place, a king, a czar, a dictator. But is this all-powerful thing. But behind the all-powerful thing is just an intrepidly ridiculous guy. But the village doesn't know that there's an intrepid, ridiculous guy behind everything. They think that this kingdom is just joyously wonderful. That's the point. The kingdom is never joyously wonderful, but if it is in your mind, then it's okay. So how do we get to the level of making believe this kingdom is joyous and wonderful? That's the problem. That's the problem. So I'm taking suggestions. I have a gigantic suggestion box just outside my studio. No one knows it's there. To be honest with you, it's not even there. I have a suggestion box, but the suggestion was get rid of the box. But I would love to just hear from people, how can we make this a better place? I know the answer, but I can't enforce it. And that is, hang out with people that think like you do. I'm not saying to go to social media and find places to hate everybody. I don't mean that. I'm saying if you're a loving and respectful person, if you care for people, you have a really good heart, Your morals are just wonderful for dealing with other people. You smile a lot. You make people feel good. You know, you're just a joy to be around, and when you're not around, it's a joy not to have you there, that kind of thing. If you're that kind of person, those people need to hook up. Not the evil ones. The good ones need to hook up. Why aren't we hooking up the good ones? I don't know. It's my view on relationships, too. It's my view on friendships and marriages and boyfriend relationships. It's my view that you don't pick out somebody because they're extremely handsome or because sexually they turn you on and make your head spin. That's nice sometimes. But if you choose to be around people and hook yourself up relationship-wise with a down-to-earth, caring individual that has a heart and respect for other people, goes out of their way to make other people feel good, these kinds of people. If that's the one you're with, then you're good. Now you're going to have problems. You're going to disagree on stuff. You're going to have a bad day at work, and you're going to bring that bad day home, and you're going to be in a horrible mood, and your spouse or your boyfriend or your girlfriend is going to say, hey, what's wrong with you? I had a horrible day. I had a good day. I had a horrible day. It sucked. Well, oh, no. Well, now you're bringing me down. Those things are going to happen. Where are we going to get the money to pay for the health insurance when the government is screwing us? What are we going to... These are the problems that crop up. But if you're with somebody, or you don't have to live with them. You don't have to live with them. But if you're in the circle of people that are just truly, really good, moral, I wouldn't hurt a fly kind of people, they don't shout and scream, they talk things out, then you found a gem. Stick with those people, because you can coexist with people like that. But very angry people that spew venom all over the place, don't be with them. Let them be with their other venom-spewing people, not with you. That's my relationship suggestion. Anchor your boat to a boat that's like yours. Someone who's got your same values. No one's going to agree with you 100% of the time. That's impossible. Then you'd be living with yourself. And you know how bad that can be bad. That can be bad. But someone who's like you, who swims in the same ocean, who dabbles in the same things you dabble in. But basically that their morals and their views and opinions on things, the deep things that really connect people, those are the things you look for. I mean, big boobs don't do it for me anymore. Actually, they never did. Well, I shouldn't say that. Anyway, that's nice, but we need foundation here. We need a foundation. So hook yourself up with foundations. And don't, just because you have an argument, don't walk away from somebody. Just because they have habits that you don't care for and it's getting on your nerves, don't walk away from them. You got to just sit there in a corner by yourself and say to yourself, do I have bad habits? Are there things I do that probably are not normal or not really something that everybody loves? Do I have qualities that my friends say is not, they aren't shining qualities? Well, of course, you lack in so many departments. So if you lack in so many departments, because you're not perfect, I mean, I know you're not perfect. If you lack in so many departments and you're not perfect, how can you expect the person you're with to be perfect? You can't. You can't. See, now you're in the same boat because you're not perfect and they're not perfect. That's a relationship. But you have to point it out so you both see that, and then you can move on. I'm better than you are. No, I'm better than you are. That doesn't work. It doesn't work. I've just given you a free sermon on relationships and how to live life to its fullest degree. Sit back for a second. Let me play a little game with you, shall I? Let me use you. Let me play a little game with you. Sit back, relax. Let me ask you a question. What makes you happy? What makes you happy, not at the expense of others, not teasing people or nothing like that, not hunting. I know we eat meat, for dinner, but we don't have to kill it, ourselves. I mean, that's a fine line. But what things make you happy? Is it a hobby? Is it listening to music? Is it reading? Is it just chilling out and having good conversation? What makes you happy? What calms you down, makes you sit back and go, that was nice. What does that? Well, you probably can't do whatever that is all the time, but you can do it more frequently. Again, as long as it doesn't hurt somebody else or interfere with their happiness. Think of something. Write it down. Maybe there's 2 or 3 things. I hope there are. And endeavor to do them. Just do it. Again, if it doesn't hurt somebody else in the process of your happiness. And you'll find that if you do these things, you're going to make yourself a little more happy, because what's the point of all of this? What is the point of all of this? What is the point of all of this? You got to be happy on the ride. Don't get in the car if you can't be happy in the ride. It's not getting to the destination all the time. It's how much fun you had getting there. I've spoken to some entrepreneurs in my time and on this career of radio interviews that I've been so fortunate to have encountered. I've spoken to a lot of entrepreneurs, and most of them say this. You set a goal. It's not reaching the goal that makes you happy and fulfilled. It's the road to the goal. Oh, interesting. Yeah. If the road to the goal is not an enjoyable one, what the hell are you doing it for then? Because when you get to the goal, now you're stuck to improving the goal, or otherwise you're going to slip backwards. Now I'm stuck on top. It's the road, baby. It's the road. It's the process. It's not the finality. It's the road to it. Okay, that's all I can do. Beyond this, I'm going to have to start charging you for psychiatric services, and I don't think you want to go there. Anyway, my guest is coming up momentarily, but before that guest does make an appearance upon your ears, there's this.
I wanted to learn more about who I am and where I come from. My family history.
I've always been curious about my genetic background. What makes me, me?
I needed to know myself better, and now I do, thanks to Who Is I.
Who Is I is the genetic ancestry testing kit you can use right in your own home. Using state-of-the-art technology from 30 years ago, Who Is I's patent-pending genetic testing protocols have been proven to be 96% accurate in up to 14% of tests, with a highly acceptable 7 to 10% margin of error. In today's market, there is no other ancestry test this accurate that's also called Who Is I.
My Who Is I test told me that I'm 79% Italian, 12% Tasmanian, and 6% Oldsmobile. It was so easy.
Who Is I says I'm 18% New Jerseyan, 42% French toast, and 16% unidentifiable goo. That's so good to know.
With one simple nasal swab test, plus a fingernail, elbow skin, half-ounce of toe sweat, quarter pint of blood or mucus, and 3 drops of fluid from your left eye, Who Is I maps your genetic markers as accurately as a slightly out-of-date road atlas.
I had suspected for a long time that I'm descended from the lizard people of planet Zargon. Now, thanks to Who Is I I know I'm actually from Flugamir 7 in the Andromeda system. Plus, I'm 3% Arapaho and 6% slightly used paper products.
Your Who Is I results will tell you not just about yourself, but your whole family tree as well with just one simple test.
I always wondered about my ancestors. Now I know that my great-great-grandfather was a bicycle tire. Thanks, Who Is I?
Who Is I Home Genetic Ancestry Testing. It's time to get to know yourself better.
Hi, Claire. How are you?
Hi, Ron. I'm great. Thanks so much for doing this.
It's a pleasure. Actually, I'm kind of excited to talk to you because I've actually gotten quite far into the book and I can't put the thing down, but I have to talk to you, so I have to put it down for a little while.
I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Yes. It's a novel called I See You. Claire is a New York Times best-selling author of I Let You Go, the previous work. This is very involving, and I'll tell you why. Because in this day and age of paranoia by the government, people, that kind of thing, this is in the back of everybody's mind as to like, how private am I in what I do in my life? This is just simply a person, a lady who feels like something's not right, even though she goes about her daily life. Someone's watching, and this is. I think everybody can connect to this in a way.
Well, I certainly hope so, because that's absolutely what I set out to do. So I love reading all sorts of books, and it's really exciting to read books about people with special powers and special agents, spies. But actually, what I love to read is about ordinary people, people whose shoes I can imagine I'm walking in. And so that's exactly who Zoe is. She is someone that we can all relate to, because what's interesting to me is how strong people are, ordinary people, when they're put in extraordinary situations. And there was something that I read a few months ago that said women are like tea bags. You only discover how strong they are when you put them in hot water. And so that's what I like to do with my characters. So I put Zoe Walker in really, really hot water, and she steps up to the plate and does a pretty good job in getting out of it.
Yeah, you kind of grabbed me at the beginning of the book when you set up the scenario where you just go through your normal everyday life, going to work, getting on the train or the tube, as you call it, and not thinking twice about anything, but you are out in public, and all of a sudden the realization comes to you that something's afoot, but it's just grabbed out of your everyday routine. That's the weird part.
Yeah, and we just do this without thinking, don't we? I've thought a lot about routine ever since I started writing this book, and it really does creep into everybody's life, because although this particular book focuses on commuters, so it's about all these people, they're all in London, they do the same journey every day. Actually, I don't commute, but I do the school run, exactly the same route every single day. When I walk the dog, I take the same path. Right. When I go for a run, I take the same path. I even stop to stretch or get my breath back at exactly the same part on that trip. And so if you do that all the time, it really does present a risk. But for us, routine feels really comforting because it's familiar. The more you do something, the safer you feel. Right. And yet, paradoxically, the more danger you're presenting yourself to.
Yeah. See, interestingly enough, everybody else has been commenting and writing about the internet, how you're watched on the internet and nothing you do there is private, and you go on and you do a little Facebook and check your emails and you figure that's just routine for me. But it's all focused on that, and you've focused it on just routine everyday life, which makes it a thriller. It makes it a thriller.
Good old-fashioned stalking,
yes.
Well, maybe that's the thing. Maybe we're so focused, we're so looking in one direction that we've got complacent.
Yes.
About just the fear of being followed, and of course, when the two collide, when a little bit of online information is matched with real life following, real life stalking, then you've got a really big problem.
I get upset just when a telemarketer calls my house. I can imagine what's...
It's very intrusive, isn't it? I hate that.
Yeah, I do too. I don't understand why you can't stop that, and there are laws against it, but that's on another subject matter. Probably your next book, as a matter of fact. By the way...
How did you know? The Telemarketer. It's a brilliant title.
Yeah. Well, wait a minute. So, like, I think I'm going to share in this one. Do I get, like, a percentage?
We'll see.
We'll see.
I'll have my people talk to your people.
Oh, that means no. That means no way. I get that. Okay. So you're a very prolific writer. You've been doing this for a while. What did you do before you were a writer?
I was a police officer.
Oh. So a little insight involved here.
It's cheating, really, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I was a police officer for 12 years. I did lots of different jobs in the police. I was in uniform as a response officer, going around in cars with blue lights flashing. I was a community officer. I worked in custody. I was a public order commander, so dealing with big demonstrations, riots, that sort of thing. And I was also, one of my jobs was in charge of closed-circuit television cameras, which feature a little bit in this book. And I was really struck by how it's a great example of technology that is used both for good and bad. And so we all know, the whole sort of Big Brother paranoia about cameras and being watched. And of course they can be used for bad things. But I've also, I saw my team of CCTV camera operators find missing children, stop people from being attacked, solve drug rings. And so there's all sorts of crime that can be solved. And in the UK, we have so many cameras.
They're
I don't think you guys have nearly as many.
No, you've got them on every corner. You've got them just about every corner, don't you?
You can't move really, certainly in a city, without being on camera. Yeah. And so that was a really interesting area for me to explore.
Interesting. Hey, I say if you got nothing to hide, put me on camera. I don't care. Not in my home.
That's my theory too.
Yeah, that's fine. And of course, these days with terrorism, this is almost becoming part of, this is the way it is on top of that.
Yeah.
Boy, I remember, I don't know how old you are, but I remember when I was a kid, they always warned against this Big Brother thing before, that was even big, and everybody thought, yeah, that's science fiction. Wow, that wasn't science fiction.
No, God, no, absolutely.
It did change our society. Okay, it's called I See You. It's available everywhere. I better hope it is. All right.
I think it is, yeah.
Well, of course it is. Okay, and how do we follow Claire MacIntosh? And that didn't sound right. That did not sound right. You know what I mean.
Do you know what? I actually love being followed online by nice people. So if you are a stalker, don't come and follow me. But if you're a nice person, then look me up on Twitter or Facebook. You can just search Claire MacIntosh. You'll find me, and come chat about books.
Wonderful. The book is I See You. It's recommended. Go pick it up, and I don't want to hear any arguments about that. Thank you, Claire.
Thanks for having me.
Take care. Bye-bye. Well, that'll do it for me today. I'll be back again tomorrow with another episode. Will you join me then? But until that time arrives, I wish you peace.